Check 1, 2. There we are. How's it going? Oh, my camera's got knocked a bit to the side. How's it going? Oof. I just got interrupted by a little work call, so sorry for the 1 or 2 minute late start. Now, should I reveal it right away? Yeah. No cliffhangers, no more cliffhangers. You waited a whole day, and I'm going to tell you, it's Watts Bar. Watts Bar supports the U.S. nuclear weapons industry. Oh, let me close my door just to be sure. Yes, Watts Bar supports the U.S. nuclear weapons military-industrial complex. And I will show you all of the information I have on this. Let's get that. So, here is the key word that you should look for. It is unobligated or unobligated uranium. What that means is free of peaceful use restrictions. Now, where does this term come from? This comes from the idea that under treaties, we are obligated in how we use imported uranium. So we import uranium from Canada, and then we are obligated not to use it for weapons. Oops, sorry, I was repositioning that. So when another nation produces the uranium, it falls under non-proliferation treaties and agreements. And we have other agreements like we don't want to let China import uranium from Australia for the production of weapons. Australia says you can't use this uranium to produce weapons. The US says we don't want that. Russia says, yeah, we don't want that either. And so we have these treaties that collect everyone in the IAEA community, test ban treaties, non-proliferation treaties. And so all of these treaties reinforce the idea of unobligated weapons material. We can't import tritium, uranium, any controlled radioisotope which might be used to produce a weapon. And I guess we should talk about, well, what does all this mean? A nuclear weapon contains uranium, highly enriched uranium, or plutonium and a booster. And tritium, or hydrogen of atomic weight 3, is one of those boosters. And so TVA, that's part of your federal government and quite possibly your energy provider, energy utility, will produce tritium that goes into the military-industrial complex, that goes to produce and maintain weapons. Thanks for stopping by, everyone. This is the TLDR of how exactly the one civil nuclear plant supports the military-industrial complex, and why no anti-nuclear activists have actually attacked this problem, because they want to scare you with this. They want all reactors to shut down for the crimes of one. Thanks for stopping by. Memes of Destruction on YouTube and 10B2 on Twitch. Anyone else, say hi. We'll have a really good discussion today. I'll even open up as the as the Chiron says, I'm going to open up call-ins. Hey, Montreal player, thanks for stopping by. We'll definitely open up call-ins, and we'll talk about this. We'll talk about how do we organize, how do we shut down the atomic weapons machine. Getting into it, you'll see this Oak Ridge Today article. Let's see, when was this? 2018? This has been going on for much longer than 2018, but this sort of covers the basics of tritium production. Sequoia as well. So they announced they were going to do Sequoia. Was Sequoia... That's also... Okay, so maybe there's 3. But as far as I know, only TVA. So as far as I know, only Watts Bar is licensed for this. And Watts Bar 2 is actually going to come online as a TP bar, a tritium target, target TP bar. The T in TP bar is target, not tritium. But these are fuel rods, or these are rods that go into the reactor on the refueling schedule. So every 18 months, that's the refueling cycle, they go in and out. And we're going to go through some of these documents and get down to the details of who pays, who gets paid, and why some of the laws that activists have actually helped to create to control nuclear weapons have led to rent-seeking on the part of the military-industrial complex. So this one's not going to wrap as nicely because it's a PDF, but hopefully you can read all of that. DOE, working with Energy Northwest, that's my utility. TVA Paducah, gaseous diffusion plant. Oh, sorry, no. USEC's gaseous diffusion plant. Energy Northwest, TVA, and USEC, the Paducah gaseous diffusion plant. So this is the chain. This is where all of this comes from. And again, NNSA requires U.S. origin, unobligated, domestically enriched, domestic origin uranium. This is the weapons chain within the U.S. So importing uranium from Canada, no weapons. Importing uranium from Australia, no weapons. And the reverse. If China gets its uranium from Australia, those facilities can't produce weapons. First transaction was DOE's inventory at Hanford to Energy Northwest. In other words, when we were done producing weapons at Hanford, we took that enriched uranium and downblended it, because remember, this was highly enriched uranium used for plutonium production, and we blended it down to low enriched uranium and moved that to the fuel production. That's Paducah. Okay, so this is also depleted uranium. But we did have highly enriched uranium as well at Hanford. So it's talking about the DOE analyzed the markets and made sure that this project is not going to bottleneck anyone's supply chain. More consulting. Energy Resources International. Transfers of low enriched uranium by NSA to support its downblending programs. So there's the downblending. So basically that highly enriched uranium, which already exists in DOE's facilities, could be downblended. So not only it produced electricity for my utility, but it also produced electricity and weapons for TVA. Here we go, the generic framework. May 2012, thanks Obama. DOE transferred over 9,000 metric tons of high assay depleted uranium tails. High assay. High assay is usually high assay low enriched uranium. So how is this a depleted uranium tail? Interesting. So I guess it is still depleted, but it can be re-enriched. So it's just the tailing of that inventory, which is high enough that it could be converted to reactor fuel. And then next, let's see. So out of that over 9,000 tons, we got 482. Is that megatons? MTU. Interesting. So Energy Northwest sells portions of this low-enriched uranium to TVA, but Energy Northwest uses its portion of LEU to produce electricity at Columbia Generating Station. But then TVA produces tritium for the U.S. nuclear deterrent. This is the atomic weapons program. TVA contracts with NNSA to produce tritium. Again, TVA must use U.S. origin unobligated LEU to fuel the reactors. So that 435 megatons, or MTU, whatever that means, produces enough fuel to support 15 years of tritium production. Starting in 2012. So however long Watts Bar 1 and possibly Watts Bar 2 are producing TP bars, start at 12 and then count down 15 years. That's going to be 2027. So that will be before the end of the Biden administration. So that's right now we can get Joe Biden to divest the U.S. atomic weapons program from the U.S. nuclear energy industry. Do you want to solve the problem, or do you want to hate nuclear energy? (10b2) bet. What do you mean? You want to bet that it won't happen? You're probably right. But we can try. We can make a lot of noise. We can form a coalition within the climate and energy space with traditional environmentalists, and we can fight against nuclear destruction of the globe. If that's what your objective is, then there's an allyship for you right there. Here's a really good PDF. It's a little harder for you to read on stream, so I'm going to read it out loud. The production of tritium occurs in TVA's nuclear reactor when the lithium aluminate pellets held in the TP bar are bombarded by neutrons over a period of 18 months. By the way, 18 months is the typical nuclear reactor fuel cycle. The Department of Energy and TVA entered into an interagency agreement in 1999 under which TVA provides irradiation services in accordance with the national security provision in TVA's original charter. That means TVA has a charter which says this agency is allowed to produce nuclear weapons. Energy Northwest, or my energy trading, local energy trading, Bonneville Power. We should look in Bonneville Power's charter and see if they have similar provisions. Starting again, this interagency agreement is subject to the Economy Act that requires TVA to be reimbursed for all tritium-related costs, but no profit. TVA computes the cost of fuel and without TP bars, and then invoices NNSA for the cost of the excess fuel required. When the non-proliferation impacts of using TVA's commercial reactor for tritium production was addressed in an interagency report to Congress in July 1998, it said, to minimize divergence from the military-civilian dichotomy, the department should fuel such a reactor exclusively with U.S. low-enriched uranium fuel that was unencumbered by peaceful use pledges. This required that NNSA compel TVA to acquire unobligated fuel from the sole domestic supplier of uranium enrichment, the U.S. Enrichment Corporation. To ensure that unobligated fuel would be available for timely use of the two backup reactors, as well as WBN-1, that's Watts Bar 1, TVA was compelled to enter into long-term contracts with USEC to provide fuel for the three reactors included in the interagency agreement. NNSA was required to pay the difference in the price of enrichment between USEC and the remaining commercial enrichment market. Funding for the irradiation also includes TVA expenses for managing the tritium production operations and an irradiation fee set at $4,950 per TP bar per year in $2,000. This irradiation fee is to provide TVA with fair and reasonable compensation for indirect costs due to tritium production. So, what does this mean? This is probably the best document. I'm going to link it in the chat. This is that entanglement through the Economy Act, the entanglement of some requirement that nuclear weapons will not be a profit center, that in turn allows the military-industrial complex to compel your state, your national interests by their original charter to produce weapons at cost. Hey, great liberal position, saves a lot of liberal money, still produces weapons. So companies that say, we object, we're not going to produce weapons, doesn't matter. The government has a mandate, and has a charter. So the only other way is to remove the ability for TVA to produce nuclear weapons. How can we do that? A little bit of chatter in chat. Nuclear weapons are necessary to have nuclear energy nowadays. Can't get Afghanistan. So are you saying, so Ghost is anonymous, are you saying that we couldn't have nuclear energy unless we had nuclear weapons? But that's false. But we have countries like Germany that still have nuclear energy without having nuclear weapons. We have places like Australia who have medical reactors. Australia produces half of the world's irradiated silicon for semiconductors. That's nuclear technology with no weapons and no nuclear energy. Right. Ghost is Anonymous is making the argument that nations need nuclear weapons to protect themselves from aggressors. But what we have is more accurately described as a détente, where the UN Security Council provides local pressure to prevent the invasions you're talking about. So I really don't care. You could say Egypt, Uganda, Somalia, all these countries could have nuclear energy, and any aggressor trying to take that technology out of the country would be subject to defending that nation because of the proliferation risks. This is the UN Security Council, and the IAEA saying, here is the technology, it must be protected and monitored. And if there's any threat out there that means that a nuclear weapon could be exfiltrated from the peaceful use of civilian technology, we're going to defend them as a global community. Right, you can make the argument that each individual nation in this situation is protected by a big daddy police state somewhere. Maybe that's the case. But in any case, no matter the politics involved, if you have a country, let's say Chile or Argentina, not necessarily directly protected by the US, but more protected by the global community, they are not going to allow that nuclear material to become weapons material. They're not going to permit the proliferation or exfiltration of that material. You're going to have IAEA inspectors in those nations. You're going to have regimes like the US ensure the stability of those nations so that those materials do not become a proliferation risk. Let's get back to this document. Oh, done with that one. But yeah, basically, my plan here is a political pressure campaign. So what could we do? We could pressure TVA to divest from this weapons program, because that uranium will run out by 2027. Before the end of the Biden 2 terms, or just in time for us to put enough pressure that this is an issue in 2024, because whoever's president in 2025, they're able to veto this. Whatever the next step is in nuclear weapons maintenance will be decided in the 2024 election. Here's another related document, OSTI. This is technical information has more supporting documents. Production of tritium producing burnable absorber rods. Sorry, not target, but it is tritium. The T is for tritium. Tritium producing burnable absorber rods, TP bars. So they're producing those in Columbia, South Carolina. They're producing unobligated LEU in Ohio. They're irradiating TP bars at Watts Bar. They're extracting tritium from the TP bars at Savannah River, South Carolina, and processing that tritium at Savannah River. So here's another Oak Ridge update from ETEC Online. 20 tons to be downblended. So this might dismantle some of my... This is one that I found that was interesting because it might sort of dismantle my plans. It might say, well, there's additional fuel supplies. And so this is the kind of thing that we have to watch out for, is more unobligated uranium coming into the system. We need to make sure that we export whatever unobligated uranium we have or leave it in the ground. This is the other reason that I think the nuclear energy community should support excluding uranium extraction from our national parks. Now I'm going to open up to some call-ins. Let me grab a new call-in rules link. This will be running for 1 hour, and we'll say 5 people at first. I'll put that in chat right now. And updating. So if you join and you want to get a friend to come along, let's go. And one more update. I'll update the Chiron. So chat, what's up? Thanks for showing up. This is basically all the content that I prepared, and I'm just here to hang out with you now. Happy to chat a little more about the subject. I think I might truncate what I started with and leave it on YouTube. So not likely to keep all of this on YouTube, because that could be some good content. Again, thanks for Ghost is Anonymous, for Montreal Player, for 10B2, and for the Memes of Destruction for checking out the channel. And if that's all, I'm going to start playing some mobile games. Yes. Nope, nope. Oh, I have the scene for all this on my other computer, so I'll be rebuilding my scene while I wait for call-ins. So we're at the call-in section of the show. Maybe I'll update my Twitch description. Oh, there's camera/game? Yeah, that's it. What do we have here? I've got a few things to collect. Oh, come on. maybe I'll talk a little bit more about the effort that we could undertake to disarm the US weapons program. Basically, any supporter of climate remediation, anyone who's fighting for climate change, who wants to bring in allies from traditional environmental movements, definitely look at this kind of a thing. So what's next? I need to clear up some quests, and I like to use 112. So this is called Arknights. 112 has a low sanity cost. And I'm going to trust farm and bring a support unit. Off a new player that I might send a friend's request to. I think in Arknights you need to be growing your friends list all the time. After you've got a few people in there, you need to you could probably back off of actively recruiting, but after that you definitely need to keep it going somehow. I think I should kill W with W, or should I kill W with Thermex? That's a fun thing, is that I could kill the character with themselves, because I've got W right here, and this is W. There they are. My W is not E1 yet, so still low damage. So I might need to drop a guard in front of her. No! Oh, I missed it. Oh boy. Okay. I guess I will be killing her with Thermex. So this character here is a 0 deploy cost. Fun characters to have. What a jerk. See how much he does. That was not a lot of damage. A little underwhelming there. Oh well. It's still a fun unit though. little bit of correspondence at work, sorry. I should be able to finish my missions here in the next few days. Not hard. Raid is bigger than 1024. Oops. That's a mistake. Let's try to reset this Unity window. Close enough. I am way behind on my raid progress. Again, call-ins, welcome. I've got my eye on chat and on the call-in list. I'll give you the voice role and the camera role, and those are temporary. They only work for the call-in channel, but you'll be able to say hi. We can talk about climate change, energy systems, and nuclear technology. So happy to interact with anyone who stops by. They want me to buy stuff, and I say no. Okay. So in raid, I need to clear out my dailies and maybe my advanced missions. Can I finish my advanced missions? Upgrades, tag team, glyphs, arena artifacts. Yeah, you know, I think I can. I definitely can. But let's start with getting some of this energy used up so it doesn't feel like it's wasted. So I don't feel like it's wasted. The topic for earlier in the stream was divesting the U.S. nuclear weapons, nuclear energy industry from the DOE, the DoD nuclear weapons programs. And what that means is putting pressure on TVA and the Biden administration to stop the production of unobligated uranium fuel, which is used at Watts Bar 1 to produce tritium for the maintenance of nuclear weapons. And so as a anarchist and a nuclear energy advocate, I think that it's important that we consider these kind of, boycotts or political campaigns or anything else really. I mean, I'm not going to stop you. Consider it if we've had great direct actions, nuns throwing blood on planes at Oak Ridge to protest the use of nuclear weapons, had people throw buckets of pig's blood onto a nuclear submarine. I had a friend at work, Mark, talk about that, sort of laugh and say, hey, we're not supposed to hit them, but we're not going to move too fast. He had a real dry sense of humor about that. But that's part of civil disobedience and protest of our hegemonic use of military force to overthrow other countries. And the U.S. participates in this, the modern hegemony of our global infrastructure to disrupt countries just because of their political affiliations. Now, certainly it's a problem. China is no one's friend. But, oh hey, we got Shepard. Give him the rolls. Shepard, if you feel like stepping into open video chat, I'm going to join you there. I'll even turn on my camera for you. Discord link is in the chat. We had one person pop in, but not interested in joining the chat yet, it seems. Unfortunately, I didn't open the rest of the server, the roles, etc., to anonymous participants yet. I'll definitely consider it. Is that Uncle Bill? Let's see. Uncle Bill, can you see open video chat? Everything in the call-in corner everything in the call-in corner should be visible. Let me double check my server roles. Sorry. Knowledge Federation. Yeah, great to see you. Let me look at my server settings. And I'm pretty sure that the everyone role. Yeah, you should be able to see the open video chat. Let me try to drag you in. No, it won't let me drag you in until you join a video channel. Let me copy the channel link. Or channel ID. Okay. Hey, well, since I know you, I'll go ahead and give you a role so you can explore the server. Glad to see you. And now you should have everything you want to explore the server. So thanks for joining. I'm not really prepared to grow my Discord server very rapidly. I'm just sort of using it as staging for content, as people who I really want to be my collaborators. And I really appreciate what the Knowledge Foundation is doing. So welcome to the server. So yeah, you're welcome to lurk. So who is excited for some fully automated fully employed nuclear trans-anarcho-Bidenism, because I am retiring that meme as soon as Biden is in office. And anarcho-Bidenism is canceled the minute he takes the oath. Very excited and happy to get rid of Trump, but we're not going to stand for too many neoliberal policies. We're all about praxis here. Oh, sorry. Fellowship. Good point. Knowledge Fellowship. And I really need to find a better place for my chat than on top of my face. Let's play with my layout here. You can check it out. So my chat downstream key has chat on the right. And no real background filter. I can't filter the opacity, can I? I can just filter what's there. I can't add a color. Image mask. I want to color blend, not image blend. Ugh. All right. I'll just make a color source. Oh, I've got a better idea. I will change the alpha to 96. See how this looks. I need to double check my CSS knowledge because that didn't work. Oh, the alpha is in a float, not a decimal. That's still not what I want. I want an actual background. This is quite comprehensive. Updated fairly weekly though, recently though. Sorry for getting quiet. I've got a little bit of debugging to do on my chat. I'm not happy with where it is. Okay, I'm going to leave that for later. Thanks y'all for stopping by. It's coming close to the end of my time. So if you have any questions in chat, even if you're not interested in calling in, happy to answer. Let me introduce myself. I'm Carl. I run this site, yestv.org. That's my YouTube channel, and I'm also here on Twitch at Your Environment Seattle. I'm happy to talk about energy, climate, activism, nuclear technology. I've got a few friends of the channel that I like to hang out with whenever I can. We're all busy and disconnected and hope to get back in touch with everyone. And so part of that is motivating myself by content, stuff like, I didn't even transition to show you my PC. There we go. I was playing around with all this and didn't even show you. So yeah, I'm very happy for the community at the Knowledge Fellowship. I haven't been promoting myself very much there, but it's a great little Discord server. Check them out. I know of, let's see, who's the person that I did an interview with over at TKF? That was the professor at Las Vegas. Horizon Psi, there it is. Thank you. Yeah. I had a great conversation with Horizon Psi. I also had some good conversations with Turing News, who I think is a Knowledge Fellowship friend, and grateful for that community. Hope to produce some more content for you all, and maybe I'll start posting and promoting. Maybe I'll, Uncle Bill, if you're interested, I think the current nuclear incidents channel that you can see now, that one might be worth following. I post in here very rarely. Maybe I'll make that my announcement channel. Let's see if I can do that. Do I have to delete my existing announcement channel? Oh, I have to recreate it. That's disappointing. We'll fix that. All right, so if you're a member of the server, or even if you stop in for call-ins, you can now subscribe to the current nuclear incidents channel. I'm going to copy some of the old content. And that will be that. I'll publish everything except for these. These old content here. Two, three, four. Oh, I missed just one. And the other old article that I like to show off is Capitol Hill, Seattle. This extraordinarily severe emergency. It's not a current event, so I'm not going to publish it. And now this channel can go away. There we go. So yeah, server announcements are... you can also subscribe to, but that'll only be for server changes. Like if the server opens up, and that's not going to be visible to anonymous users. Again, thanks everyone for showing up. I think I'm going to close out. Leave you with some chill music. I'll try to broadcast about an hour a day. I might back off of my 12:45 time, but if it works out, this is great. I can chill during lunchtime, then get some work done. This is also the schedule I pretty much found for my gaming channel, and it worked well. So. Peace.
You could imagine something